With 2 months left to go until Life is Strange Double Exposure drops, things are starting to get exciting, with Deck9 posting little clips on their socials as well as the Life is Strange socials. It's getting good. As we get closer to the release of this game, which is going to be on October 29th, unless you pre-order the game now, then you'll be able to play the game, or at least the first 2 episodes, on October 15th. We got a lot of little snippets to go over that Deck9 has been dropping, 2 videos that they gave us as a matter of fact, as I missed one last week. I was really sick. So today we got 2 videos, recently. One called Welcome to Caledon University, and one called Powers Unveiled, on the Life is Strange YouTube channel. So let's break down some of the info we got from the videos to give us more of an idea on Max's powers and where the story takes place. So we're going to get into that. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing, as I do a decent amount of Life is Strange content here, as well as some other fun stuff like ranking videos. Anyways, let's get into it. We're going to start with the Powers Unveil video first, because that's the most recent one. So we're going to watch that here, I'm going to play it, and then we'll talk a little about it.
Max Caulfield, the girl who could rewind time, is back.
Let's thrash, Chakabra.
But when one of her new friends, Safi Llewellyn Fayyad, is murdered in the grounds of Caledon University, Max finds that her chaotic power has changed. Now, Max must shift back and forth to reveal the truth of her friend's murder, in an attempt to save Safi before it's too late. Once Max's new power manifests, she can send a pulse out from her fingertips at any time. While Pulse is active, she can peer through to the other world, seeing the differences between the timelines clearly. People and objects in the other timeline appear as dimensional echoes, allowing Max to avoid watchful eyes when shifting.
Good thing I can keep an eye on Alderman from here. Wouldn't want to show up right in front of him.
What the hell?
While Pulse shimmers around her, she can also see places where the veil between the 2 timelines is at its thinnest. These shift points are where she can push through to the opposite timeline to help her investigation in a multitude of ways.
Oh.
Do you need me to hold something, or...?
Actually, yeah. I need an Allen wrench.
Got one around here?
No, I borrowed one from Carla, but I think she took it back. If you can go grab that from her, I'll owe you.
This could be to solve a puzzle, convince a character to reveal a secret, or retrieve an object lost in one timeline by borrowing it from another.
Better give this wrench to Moses.
Shift points work in both directions, so you can shift back and forth from the same spot.
So I found this guy named Alan, but he didn't know anything about a wrench.
No, Max, not literally Allen. It's... Oh. You are a lifesaver, Max. Dad joke aside.
I'll never apologize for my dad jokes.
If you're worried about losing track of which timeline you're in, well, Max herself may get confused too.
Have you talked to Reggie since yesterday? Reggie? Crap! Wrong Loretta, Max.
In the options, you can toggle a UI indicator every time you shift, confirming the reality you've just arrived in, as well as there being visual cues such as cheery Christmas decor in the timeline where Safi is alive. Most importantly to Max's investigation, everyone you meet has an increasingly divergent duplicate in the other timeline. Depending on which timeline you're in, they'll react to Max and her probing questions very differently. A grief-sodden conversation in one timeline may unlock an unexpected heart-to-heart in the other.
Grief is hard. The trick is not to let it change your character.
Everyone at Caledon is hiding something, and Max is the only one with a viewpoint unique enough to unravel those secrets, and the determination to reach the truth at all costs.
Everybody's talking about her like she had a heart attack or a car accident. But she was murdered. Someone murdered her. I don't know how we're expected to just be okay with that.
Max has never been so powerful or in so much danger. The fates of her friends and of 2 timelines are at Max's fingertips.
So far, I am loving Max's new power. I will miss Rewind, but traveling between 2 timelines is pretty sick. So we all know Max's friend, or new friend in this game, Safi, is murdered, and Max attempts to use the rewind power again to save her, and it's been a while, so she ends up not, rewinding time, but unlocking a whole new ability in the process. Shifting. I don't know if that's what it's called yet, but I find it super cool. So in the video we just watched, Max can send out a pulse at any time to see what's happening in other timelines, and there's even shift points where she can go to said timeline and recover stuff for puzzles or have a conversation with someone that won't talk to us in the other timeline. It's super sick. I really like this. The thing I like that they said in the video is that everyone you meet acts different depending on the timeline you're in, and everybody has secrets. Lots of mysteries so far with this game, and I really do dig it. The other thing I'm really interested to see how things play out is keeping track of each timeline you're in and which one you're in, as you can get it mixed up now. I mean, there seems to be, I think they showed, there's an option in the menu that can, help you, tell what, timeline you're in. But that wouldn't be as fun. So I think that it's super sick if you have to keep track of both timelines, which you can do just by, looking at your environment. In the dead timeline, things are more sad, dreary, not so fun. And in the alive timeline, things are brighter, happier. I think this new power is fire. As much as I'll miss Rewind, I think this shift power is going to be a lot of fun to mess with. And try to manage, so far, super sick. So to keep the video moving, we have the Welcome to Calden University video. This one came out about a week ago, and it shows us the town that this game takes place in, and gives us a couple more details. So, let's check that out really quick, and watch it here. And then we'll go over, the article or whatever that goes with the video as well, and we'll talk about it. So I'm going to play it right here.
Welcome to Caledon University, an arts and science college based in Vermont. A beautiful campus headed by Caledon's first female president, Dr. Yasmin Fayyad. You'll be in good hands as you explore your educational journey. Nothing bad happens here, we promise. Murder mysteries, cryptid sightings, supernatural occurrences? No, not at Caledon. Our fine arts building, colloquially known as the Fab, is a repurposed church turned gallery where student and faculty artwork, sculpture, and photographs are displayed in all their glory. Grab a hot drink at the on-site cafe and take a breather to absorb the creativity that surrounds you. More into the science side of things, we boast a state-of-the-art observatory where the canopy of stars is just waiting to be studied through telescopes. The universe awaits.
Wow.
But it's not all work, work, work. Take time out from studying to kick back at the extremely popular Snapping Turtle Bar. Mingle lakeside with like-minded students, down-to-earth professors, and the greatest local bands and stand-up comedians. Our secret society's more your thing.
Ah, yes. Abraxas. Those guys really get around.
Keep your eyes peeled and your senses honed, and you may just solve the mysteries behind one of the university's most prestigious and established groups. Caledon University, where nothing bad ever happens. We can't wait to welcome you.
It just looks rad. There is a decent amount that Deck 9 has just given us in these 2 videos alone, even when you kind of compare it to their hour-long live stream they did back a couple months ago. Out the gate, just want to say, love the setting. Vermont is beautiful. It's a great setting for Life is Strange. It makes sense for Max as she's very far from her roots in Oregon, but it still has that small town vibe that she's used to. It's just a beautiful location, and I really think it's a perfect fit for this story. So it gives you the rundown location of the game. Like I said, Caledon University looks awesome. Getting the rundown of multiple locations on campus, which I'm going to read about here. So we'll start with the Fine Arts Building. The Fine Arts Building can be shortened to FAB, which is appropriate because it totally is. Originally a chapel built in 1894, it's since been repurposed to support Caledon's 5 fine arts departments: visual art, literature, filmmaking, mixed media, and music. Despite the renovations, the building has kept its Gothic exterior, completed with stained glass windows, ornate statuary, and spires. Step inside and you'll find faculty offices, classrooms, conference rooms, and incredible works of art on display, sculptures, and more beyond. There's even an on-site cafe, so grab a cup of joe and soak in the creativity all around you. So first off, that's just a fire-ass building. It's beautiful. Love the style of it, and just in general, gotta talk about the style of this game so far, out the gate. Just a banger. I really love this setting so far. I love the vibes that it gives off. It's really just great. Alright, it's all looking good so far. We're going to move on to the second place of interest. We have the Everett Observatory. And it reads, from art to science, Calden is home to a state-of-the-art observatory where those fascinated by space can study the starry sky. Through its impressive array of scientific instruments and high-powered telescopes, staff and students seek to unravel the mysteries of the universe. It is here that you'll often find Moses at work. The astrophysicist is a close confidant of Safi, and by extension, part of Max's core friendship group at Caledon. Still looking good, so we're going to keep it pushing. We seen that area in the first 20 minutes of gameplay that we got in the live stream, kind of the area they were hanging out having like a bonfire at, and it looks like a super cool spot. But moving on, we have the Hellerton house, which sounds super scary, and it reads, Max's role as a photographer in residence comes with quite a perk. Accommodation in the beautiful Hellerton house. It's a stunning space with views over the lake, and Lucky Max doesn't have to pay a cent to stay there. It's alright for some. Hell, I wish I had free rent. Kidding me, it's alright for some. The house is named after the artist Hannah Hellerton, who died tragically at the all-too-young age of 21. She was the daughter of Caledon alumni's media mogul James Hellerton, and the family's influence can be felt throughout the building and the school. See if you can find a mention of her favorite spot as you explore. Super cool. Would love to not pay rent. Max is lucky as shit, especially to be in a beautiful area of Vermont. And may I just say, I'm starting to make some connections here to this game and the original game. This Hellerton family sounds a little like the Prescotts, you know, kind of like an Easter egg or like an ode to that. It feels a little inspired. But like I said, it all is starting to feel a little inspired, but we'll get there. Looks good as well, so let's keep it pushing. Moving on, we have the North Quad. This outdoor space features the statue of Thomas Caledon Jr., the figure from whom the university takes its name, and features a quote which gets to the heart of what the institution is all about. So, start quote, a school that teaches art without science, or indeed science without art, can only deal in half-truths. In the same way, one cannot understand the darkness without first having been dazzled by the light. One cannot access the intricacies of what is without first pondering what might be, end quote. Thomas Caledon Jr. Very artsy. I definitely like that. That is a fire-ass quote. So that's just kind of seems to be the entrance area, if you will, to the school, is my assumption. It's kind of where you first come in, kind of the giant main front courtyard or whatever. Super cool. So moving on to, I think, the last location they give us info about, the Snappin' Turtle Bar. Life at Caledon is not all about work. Sometimes you just want a place to unwind. Located on the edge of the lake, the Snapping Turtle Bar is the go-to venue for students, professors, and anyone who wants to kick back, chat, and relax in a place that's warm and welcoming. The bar also regularly hosts sets from stand-up comedians and features performances from some of the greatest local bands. Good drinks, good company, and good entertainment. What more could you want? Can you imagine if Max took up stand-up? That would be fucking awesome. I would love to see that. And then it just ends with, there's much more to see across I'll read it. That was just the whistle-stop tour of Caledon's campus, but there's much more to see, across 2 separate timelines, no less. You might spot some key differences between the university's locations as you shift between a world where your best friend has been murdered and a world where the killer is yet to strike. And then it tells us how the game is coming out soon. So yeah, I love that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, so far with everything, with the powers, the location, this game looks great. Location seems pretty chill, and I really can't wait to explore that. But before we go on, actually, I do have a couple screenshots that I almost forgot about that I kind of want to go over real quick. So let's go over that. This first image I'm going to show you is looks like a image of one of the menus, and Max's parents are texting her, and it says, weirdly enough, Max, we can't wait for you to come home this summer. We're sure Blackwell Academy is great and all, but we miss you. Which it's obviously weird. She's not at Blackwell Academy anymore. She's at Keldon University. So maybe kind of like on some Life is Strange 1 Chapter 5 stuff, kind of like a little bit of a fever dream or a vision that she has. Maybe she overdoes it with her power at some point and kind of passes out seeing visions of stuff, kind of like she did in Life is Strange 1. It kind of showed something similar to that in the gameplay reveal, the first 20 minutes of gameplay that we got. She had like a little like blackout moment hearing shit, so maybe it'll be one of those scenarios. Very interesting. This picture right here is another kind of thing from the menus. It's like a journal entry, and I have no clue what to make of it. There is not a lot to go on. Y'all would probably have a better chance deciphering it than me, but it's another thing I've seen when looking like up images for the game. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of scribbled out writing, screaming faces, fire, a rose. In the left center, it reads, "Not again, not again, not again." Don't know what to make of it, so y'all tell me what you think. Then we got some in-game screenshots that I got that we'll pull up right here. One is a picture of Max's hand, and she's got a little blood on it. That obviously, if you play the first game, if she overdoes it with her power, she gets like migraines and her nose starts to bleed, so that's looking like that's going to be in the game as well. And then this picture I think looks really just good, just fire picture, and it looks like Max is in a dark room, which makes sense as she is a photographer, and even though she seemed to switch to digital, she still puts stuff on prints, which is super cool. And there looks like there's some Polaroid pictures as well, so again, that could be in like in a fever dream thing, who knows, but super cool. So just the place alone, Keldon University, sounds really nice. It looks really nice, very beautiful. Can't wait to explore all around and take in the world, which should be interesting with Max's new power, being able to change between the dimensions. That is going to be just super sweet, like I was mentioned earlier. And I like in the Welcome to Keldon University video, there's this undertone of, this place is perfect, why wouldn't you want to be here? But in reality, there is a dangerous force that Max is going to have to confront with. It's super awesome. I will say, other than the power being pretty new, it feels a little like Deck 9 is trying to make their own version of like a Life is Strange 1, or a solid continuation, but kind of retreading some steps. Like Keldon University feels like the new Blackwell Academy. Them doing that and bringing Max back, feels like, just putting those two factors in alone, they knew it would sell, they knew it would do good. It's a little sussy-wussy, but as long as they do a good job on that story, it's all right in my book. So while there's not a lot to go on in terms of like what's actually happening in the story, I think we have enough of what we need to know. There's not too many theories I could go on, just really showing us the power and building up the world for us. I do want to say, it's not a theory, just something I noticed. There's a little puzzle box that Max is solving in the last video we just played, and it looks a lot like the Lament configuration from Hellraiser, and if you know, you know. Max's threat might just be a Cenobite. That would be the craziest mashup, Life is Strange and Hellraiser, and I'm here for it. But in all seriousness, I think the mystery that Max is solving with the graffiti and the puzzle box is from a group called Abraxas that Max is going to be investigating throughout the game as well, as like a side thing, I think, though I wish it was Hellraiser. It's cool to see that there's more than one mystery going on at Keldon University. It seems like there's a lot of mystery going on, people having all these secrets, these puzzles to solve, obviously the underlying story. I just can't wait to uncover it all. So all in all, this game is looking really great so far. I'm very excited to play this. I'm going to have to stream it for sure when it drops. I am super excited for this. I'm also super excited for that Lost Records game by Don't Nod. These are just two games right now that I'm super hyped for, being, released within a few months of each other. So I'm super stoked. But anyways, that's all we got so far. I'm sure we'll get a little more before the game drops. So be sure to share, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell to get updated on the new Life is Strange content that's coming out. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. You're awesome. Thanks for spending some of your day with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. At least half of this video would have been out. It would have been out like a week ago, but like I said, I was really sick all last week, so I'm trying to make up for it. If all goes right in the last week, we'll have dropped a good couple of videos. But anyways, that's all I got for you today. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe to see more of what I've done and what's to come. I hope to see you again. But anyways, thanks for coming, and thanks for watching.